An asset retirement obligation is a legally enforceable liability associated with the retirement of a tangible capital asset. An ARO is originated from existing laws, regulations, contracts, or court judgment that requires governments to take certain actions. For example, the decommissioning of a nuclear power plant or nuclear research reactor, the removal of a sewage treatment plant, or a disposal of an X-ray machine from a hospital. The exposure draft of certain asset retirement obligations was issued in December of 2015. The key provisions of this exposure draft provided the definitions of the certain key terms, and it tells the government when to recognize a liability and a deferred outflow of resources, tells them how to measure it, when to remeasure it, and what information a government is required to disclose in their financial statements related to AROs. We received 28 comment letters during the comment period. We also conducted a field test with the volunteer preparers. The feedback we received from the respondents and the participants covered pretty much all areas of the exposure draft, and they provided their disagreement or their agreement. They raised some issues that was addressed in the ED and some of the issues that weren't covered by the exposure draft. They also requested for some clarifications. And in addition, the field test also helps the board to gauge the time and efforts that are needed for implementation and identify some issues in the application of the provision, and also to find out what the provision would affect the current practice. The board has started its deliberation in May of this year. It's going to last until the end of the summer, and according to the tech plan, a final statement is expected at the end of this year. But I want to tell you that just because you didn't hear the discussion of your specific issue at the board table, it doesn't mean that board is not considering it. We consider all the issues brought to our attention.